हरियाणा और राजस्थान की संस्कृति का समागम हमें देखने को मिला। संस्कृति हमारी पहचान है और बच्चों को अपनी पहचान को आप सबके समक्ष रखते हुए बहुत ही गर्व का अनुभव हो रहा है और हमें साक्षात देखते हुए भी। इसी क्रम में हमारी आखिरी प्रस्तुति सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम की आपसे इजाज़त चाहते हैं। विद्यार्थियों को आमंत्रित करते हैं एमएड की छात्र छात्राएं कम ऑन द स्टेज और अपने आखिरी प्रस्तुति इस कार्यक्रम की प्रस्तुत करें।
a big round of applause. Great minds don't just inspire, they truly ignite 1,000 other dreams. Every celebration is graced more meaningfully because of these presence of such leaders. I now request our esteemed chief guest, whose contribution have truly been remarkable. I request Professor Suresh Kumar sir, Vice Chancellor of MBS University, to address the gathering.
Honorable Director, NCRT, Honorable Joint Director, NCRT, Principal of this college, Professor Sucheta Prakash, Dean Student Welfare, Professor Ayushman ji, Dean Professor Chandrasekhar ji, all the faculty members, dear students and all of you. मैं आप सबको प्रणाम करता हूं और इस सुंदर कार्यक्रम के लिए असीम शुभकामनाएं और बधाई देता हूं। मुझे लगता है कि आप सब लोगों का जो उत्साह है, उत्साह ही नहीं अपितु अगर हम विद्वता और अनुभव की बात करें तो आप सब लोगों में जो श्रेष्ठता मैंने देखी है, उस श्रेष्ठता का मैं कायल हूं और इसलिए एक बार पुनः आप सबका अभिनंदन करता हूं और इस बात के लिए कृतज्ञता भी व्यक्त करता हूं कि आपने मुझे इस अवसर पर याद किया। मित्रों, फाउंडेशन डे किसी भी संस्था के जीवन में they prove to be a milestone, and therefore I would like to pay my tribute to the visionaries who conceptualized the foundation of the institution such as you are. And therefore I salute them and pay my regards everybody who has contributed to the shaping of these institutions, the NCRT, the people who were associated with it in the beginning, all of you who have been contributing and taking this torch ahead. Not only this, but you see, with the passage of the time, even the responsibilities, they increase. And therefore, that increase has come now. When this NEP has come into vogue, I think that the institution like you can serve as nodal centers to take this torch ahead. Dear friends, when I was talking to the honorable principal of this college, she said that we deal with 4 components, and these components are teaching, training, research and development. And this is what our NEP 2020 talks about. And therefore, the institution like you, I would wish and request even the director NCRT, the joint director Professor Agrawal sir, and the principal madam also, and all of you, to own up this responsibility and help us learn a lot. The people like us who are not yet ranged enough into the minuteness of NEP 2020. NEP 2020 has proved a milestone, as I told you, and there are certain reasons for it. And the reason is that for the first time, after my college education dominated this country, this NEP 2020 has made us aware that we led a very promising and glorious past. And that glorious past was built on the basis of holistic education. And this holistic education has been concretized in NEP 2020. And you people are really concretizing it here on the floor also. Let me confess that I was mesmerized by the performance that was given by the student here. Not only this, I went down my memory lane because I come from an area which is on the vicinity of Haryana and could visualize. The scene could be visualized. I went back and saw that this is the culture of this land. And dear friends, you are taking the culture of this land forward. I hope that would enlighten even the spirit of education and learning amongst you further. जब मैं बात करता हूँ इस तरह के संस्थानों की और इस तरह के स्थापना दिवसों की, तो एक बात और ध्यान में आती है. स्थापना दिवस, foundation days are not simply to be celebrated. They are the occasions when we must self-introspect. And therefore I would request the Honorable Principal of this college and even the NCRT also to instruct all the institutions to celebrate these days as days of self-introspection. And when we talk about self-introspection, what we have done so far, what we were supposed to do, and how we shall proceed, a format of all this must be prepared on the foundation day, and the journey must be carried forward. I hope and believe that this would be done and would be taken very seriously, because this was the beginning that I made in my institution also. In the university, when the people said that we are going to celebrate the foundation day of this university, I said, well and good, but then let us do something before we go and celebrate it. And therefore we set the whole day, analyzed what we did and what we could have done, and what would be the further perspective, the journey that we should carve out. And that is the basic function of celebrating the foundation day. Of course, on the foundation day, we must remember, as the Honorable Principal rightly said, the rich cultural heritage of the institution and the country as well. But we cannot be forgetful of the objective that we need to carve out, and this is possible only when we are very systematic. Dear friend, the institution like you, and this must be one of the objectives of the institution like you, we need to be good pedagogue and the trainer. Now when I talk about the pedagogue and the trainer, there is a slight distinction between the two, but then we have failed to make this distinction. I hope and believe that now this institution will bear the responsibility of training the people in the basic notions of teaching and learning. Not only this, but they would be able to link education with the practical part, so that after you pass out from here, you are employed, means you are the job giver, not the job seeker. That is the sort of education that must emanate from the institution like you. Now on this foundation day, you must prepare a thoughtful plan about it as to how we can do it. Although I am happy to learn from the principal that all the students who pass out from here, the placement ratio is almost 10%. But not only this, you cannot remain confined to your own institution. You need to go out, educate other people also, other schools also, and other colleges also. Collaborate with the university. I will talk to the Honorable Director Sahab also, Joint Director Sahab also, to have some programs in collaboration so that elementary education can be linked with higher education through the nodal centers like you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am grateful that I could make it possible here, because I did have another meeting and there was some hullabaloo in the institution also. But despite this, I wanted to come because I did not want to live this very great opportunity. I am mesmerized. Again, my huge gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much.
धन्यवाद सर, आपके ज्ञानवर्धक शब्दों से हमें अनुग्रहित करने के लिए। हम आपका धन्यवाद देते हैं और आपसे मार्गदर्शन लेते हुए अपने पद प्रशस्त करने की कामना भी करते हैं। इसी क्रम में अब मैं आभासी माध्यम से जुड़े आदरणीय विभूति संयुक्त निदेशक महोदय प्रोफेसर प्रकाश चंद्र अग्रवाल NCERT सर से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे अपने आशीर्वचन से हमें अनुग्रहित करें। इस विशेष अवसर पर हम संस्थान के प्रति उनके दृष्टिकोण और योगदान को सुनना चाहेंगे। आपकी उपस्थिति महोदय इस अवसर की गरिमा को और भी बढ़ा रही है। आइए जोरदार तालियों से माननीय